My name is Bharat. In this presentation, I am going to explain you about user authentication and access management platform by Cisco Duo. Authentication is the process of confirming a user identity. For example, it is user's name and password, whereas authorization is the process of confirming where they have access to. Like there are many employees in an organization, like a clerk, a manager, to a higher level. The things which they can access changes depending on the hierarchy. So that is what authorization decides whether or not a person is a valid user. So two factor authentication is nothing but it has two steps for logging into your device. So, beyond a static password, two factor authentication 2FA adds additional protection. So, in this push based 2FA, most push based authentications can be approved unless a user's phone is unlocked. This requirement makes push based 2FA more secure than passcode based 2FA, which often delivers a code that can be seen on lock screens or other SMS enabled devices. With push based 2FA, simple security measures like a passcode or biometric identification can go a long way protecting applications with a layer of information only device owners would possess. So let's say you use a username and password to complete primary authentication to an application. That information is sent over the internet. Your primary network. You want to use a different out of band channel to complete your second factor, approving a push notification sent over to your mobile network is an example of out of band authentication. So there is in-band authentication in Google login. If you are enabling two-factor authentication, you will get a OTP to your Google linked mobile number. After pressing that, you can log in. So with this support for a large array of authentication methods, logging in via push notification is fast and easy with Duo Mobile. We strongly recommend using Duo Push or WebAuthn as your second factor because they are most secure and can protect against man in the middle attacks. But with diverse flexibility and customizability, you will be able to find the adaptive authentication method that meets the unique needs of your diverse users base. So, access management, which safeguards applications and the data that contain by ensuring that the proper user gets access to the right resource at the right degree of trust. Precise regulations may be used to manage access, allowing authorized personnel to accomplish their duties more efficiently and effectively. But which is said that access management actually is a process where you can manage the level of capability given to the number of employees. Like I said in the previous slide, there are clerks to managers. Depending on the hierarchy, they are having different level of authorization that is done by access management. So why do we need user authentication and access management? Threat, hazards, cyber threats, and vulnerabilities, as well as rising business demands, underscore the significance of a sound authentication strategy based on simple service delivery, choice, and long term scalability. Organizations become more susceptible to data breaches caused by compromised identities. If access control is not implemented, IT administrative expenses grow as a result of ineffective identity management methods. So, what is the use if your work is done by some other and he is looting your money? Means you are not having enough strong password to secure your network. So to prevent from that, we need all this, right? So password wariness and password resets reduce users' productivity, and regulatory compliance is hampered by lack of insight into cloud access event. That's the reason why we need other authentications and access management. So the Duo app, the simple app which helps you to overcome all these problems. It provides authentication and data security services. It provides an extra layer of protection to prevent unwanted access to various systems. Two factor authentication grabs against increasingly complex security threats such as phishing and prevents unauthorized use of your login credentials. Its 2FA is highly accurate and is being highly recommended service. Its assurance level is ranked as high, so you can use it at any time. Working. Enter username and password as usual. Use your registered device to verify your identity. Secure login link. So Duo features, which are single sign-on, access gateway SSO, administrative roles, admin single sign-on, self-service portal, directory sync, device management portal. So single sign-on. Duo Single Sign-On is a cloud-hosted SAML identity provider (IDP) that provides two-factor authentication to major cloud services like Salesforce and Amazon Web Services using SAML 2.0 Access Gateway SSO. The Security Assertion Markup Language SAML 2.0 authentication standard is used by Duo Access Gateway, an on-premise solution that protects access to cloud services using your users' current directory credentials such as Microsoft Active Directory or Google Workspace accounts. SAML is utilized for single sign-on SSO solutions since it is delegated authentication from a service provider to an identity provider. Administrative roles. So there are many roles in a firm or an IT company. So they are having different type of works for each. So the roles has to be decided, right? So many firms allocate various IT or security tasks to distinct groups, such as granting helpdesk workers limited administrative capabilities. Customers with Duo Access and Duo MFA subscriptions can utilize the administrative roles functionality to delegate administration of users, apps, billing, and other sorts of administration we can access. Self-service portal. By removing the need to speak with IT employees for changes to authentication devices, Duo self-service portal saves time for administrators as well as end users. In the Duo conventional prompt or universal prompt, your users may add, change, and delete authentication methods when login into secured apps. Device management portal. Users who are new to Duo may enroll their first authentication device using the device management portal. Current users can also add, delete, or adjust parameters for their devices without any assistance from IT employees. So, thank you guys.